Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just Charles Sabanson, and welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we'll give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we're going to be talking about that damn Nick Wright. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. So, given the fact that LeBron James is now in the news for being sued by former Laker or dumbass Laker fans who went out there and bought tickets to go see this clown play his last game just to find out it was a damn Hennessy ad, I guess people like Nick Wright had to go out there and do some damage control and get in front of this story. So as you guys know, LeBron James pump faked the entire sports world, fooled a lot of people like me who thought that this guy was a serious human being. Turns out the guy is still trolling at 40 for a damn liquor ad. So he did all of that. People reacted to it. But then some voices in media, like The Athletic, others, Stephen A. Smith and others, Skip Bayless, are calling this dude a buffoon. Like, yo, bro, you a cornball. Like, what's the purpose for all of this? Like, you're too big for this. Why are you doing all of this? So apparently an interview between Dan Lebron and Nick Wright started to pick up a lot of headway last night. And one of our viewers sent it to me like, hey, man, you got to check this out. You know, Nick Wright is up there twerking it up for LeBron James and trying to make a case for him. So I go over to the interview. It's a pretty long one. And they're there. No, it's a long show, but the interview, I don't know how long it was. But anyway, they get to the part where they're talking about this decision that LeBron, the second decision that he made. And essentially what Dan Lebron was saying was that, look, this is absolutely distasteful and unnecessary. Like, why is he stooping to this, to this level to do stuff like this? And then Nick Wright, in typical Nick Wright profession, I can't remember the damn word. Typical Nick Wright behavior. He goes out there and says, Oh, man, what about Michael Jordan? And what Michael Jordan? I'm like, here we go again. For those of y'all who didn't hear this exchange between Dan Lebron and Nick Wright, take a listen to this here, and then we're going to come back and react to this guy. Take a listen to that there.
So you have, for 10 years, you've ridden this ridiculous LeBron James take that he's better than Michael Jordan, and everyone yells at you, and it's just ridiculous how funny it is. And then yesterday, your boy, now that you're the most public of LeBron supporters, he does a grotesque commercialization.
Oh, my God. I'm so glad we're talking about this because that tweet, you know how, gosh, and I hate to bring him up this quickly. I don't mean to. But you know how your guy Pablo's been saying this story is an IQ test and about the Kawhi Leonard thing? I truly thought that LeBron's tweet 2 days ago, the decision part 2 or whatever it was an IQ test. And I am shocked at how many people in the media failed it. And here's why. And to give you full disclosure on this. So, I can't just hit up LeBron and ask him a question, but I can hit up Rich. I could hit up Mav. I did neither. And my pod, What's Right with Nick Wright, is every Tuesday around 10:30 a.m. Eastern. The producers asked me, do you think we should push it a bit until after whatever LeBron does, he does? And I said, with no recon and no research, absolutely not. There is no chance that is anything but a commercial. How did I know that? The same reason every single person should have known that. Tuesday at noon. That was the whole thing. Anybody that has been following LeBron James for a quarter century that thought he was going to announce his retirement or retirement tour on a Tuesday at noon is a moron. That was not like, oh, he made us think he was retiring and it's a Hennessy ad. Anybody with a pulse should have known that was going to be an ad. You don't have to be a LeBronologist to know that he's not announcing his retirement on a nondescript Tuesday at noon. So I think everybody I saw a lot of people I like saying, he's selling in, trading in his credibility. Give me a break. Anybody that thought he was announcing his retirement.
You've mentioned that. You've mentioned that.
No, what day and time should we expect it?
6 p.m. Prime time on a Monday, I would imagine. Some pomp and circumstances. If that tweet said Monday, 7 p.m., I'd be like, oh, well, look out. Well, hold on. Maybe something's here. But, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I don't think anybody actually thought he was announcing his retirement.
I didn't think. I will tell you this, though, and you're saying this to my face, and I do feel like a fool. I was not doing any of that time stuff. I did think that he was teasing with people's feelings because he does that. Like, it's been a move for 15 years, and it's worked. He is the internet age's athlete, and he's being a troll as a dad at the end. And I do feel like a moron, and you're calling me on it. But I also thought it was also grotesquely commercial.
No, I think obviously the proper way to announce a retirement or to retire in the NBA, if you really want to be the GOAT, is to do it 3 separate times, which makes the first 2 fraudulent retirements. That's the way to do it. The way to do it is to quit the sport multiple times, then come back, then quit again, then come back, then quit again, and then joke about coming back at 45. We all know the blueprint's been laid out on how to properly retire from this league, which is to not actually retire, just to quit and come back a bunch of times, and then have people pretend that anything that happened really post-retirement 2 or during retirement 1 didn't actually count. That's the blueprint. He's going his own way and selling cognac. That's fine with me.
Who is he talking about?
I don't like that my reaction was to recoil there on all of it. That he was playing again with people's feelings 15 years later was a funny reminder, and I do feel like a fool for falling for it again.
Well, I must apologize, Dan. I didn't know, to be honest with you, that one of the people I was calling out was you. I maybe would have softened that. To be
No, I don't.
I
just feel like such a fool, and
yesterday.
You're laughing in my face at something. No, but for 15 years, this dude was the economy here, and he's played for the Lakers longer than that. The idea that he's still the story in basketball, even on a football Monday and Tuesday, is pretty funny when you look at a career unlike any other, like a career that has no precedent in the sport. The fact that he's still playing with our feelings as a top 10 player in the league it's asinine that you get to be controversial for supporting that for 20 years.
Excellent. So you heard what he had to say. First of all, Nick, the first time Jordan retired, guess what? He actually retired. He retired. The second time he retired, guess what happened? He actually retired. He didn't pump fake on nobody. He didn't say I was going to retire and then not retire. The third time he retired, guess what? He retired. For real. The fundamental difference between Jordan and LeBron is when Jordan left, everybody wanted him to stay. Everybody wants LeBron to go. The only group of fans that are still holding out love and sitting up there twerking it up and rubbing honey all over their titties is LeBron fans. Everybody's tired. Everybody and people are tired for reasons like this. This is the point. When Jordan retired, he retired. What's the first reason he retired, Nick? You care to mention? You care to bring that up? I suppose you don't. What's the second reason he retired? Because of principle, that they were going to get rid of his coach, so I'm not playing anymore. I'm done. And at each time he retired, those first 2 times, he collected 3 more rings. Something LeBron has never even done once in his career. Win 3 championships in a row. He never did that once. Not even one time. He'd go, but he can't even get 1 3-peat. The last 3-peat we saw was from Kobe and Shaq. You're the GOAT, but you can't even 3-peat one time. The guy did it twice. And then the final time he came, he retired, and he had a wonderful send-off. But in the case of LeBron, he made it seem like he was going to retire, and then he sold a liquor. And in your mind, this elevates his legacy, or this somehow reflects. You see, you guys, Dreamers Pro and this guy and that guy and that guy over there. No, these guys are obsessed with Jordan. They are obsessed with Michael Jordan. Nick Wright, we would not know Nick Wright if it wasn't for when in 2016 he made his debut and his entree into the sports world was, LeBron James became the GOAT in 2000. That's what, because he said something so absolutely insane that it was able to grab attention. He essentially rage baited his way into everybody's living rooms. That was his entree into the sports world on a major level. If you Google Nick Wright, it's still the most viewed video of his, has millions of views. So that's Nick Wright's entree into trolling, a certified troll. This is the same Nick Wright that we're talking about. They did a top 50 player in the last 50 years and had Michael Jordan ranked as the 3rd best player. This is the Nick Wright we're talking about. This guy tried to popularize a fringe opinion, which is this is a fringe opinion that Clutch Sports affiliates like this guy have been going out there championing, all because they love them so much. He's even openly admitting it. He's signed to Clutch. Am I signed to Jordan Brand? He's signed to Clutch. You could pull up old tweets of Nick Wright hating on LeBron. Yes. But these are the guys that are meant to be giving us news. These are the guys that are meant to giving us a sober take on sports. And when you call them out, oh, you don't like LeBron. Oh, you don't like LeBron James, man. Well, I mean, what LeBron James did to you, man? What he did to you, man? That was a bozo move. Everybody said it's a cornball move. When Jordan retired, people didn't want son to go. You remember, please come back, please come back. You remember that? You're only relevant now because Michael Jordan played, bro. Like, what are we talking about here? Since LeBron is playing, we're witnessing record lows in viewership, even since Kobe retired. Like, what are we talking about here? You don't want to bring that up, huh? You want to talk about the most popular athlete that the sport ever saw, and you want to be taking pop shots at him. Talk about how much money LeBron you made off LeBron. How much money is Nick Wright and his companions made off of throwing shade on Michael Jordan? This is what kills me. Nobody's a bigger hating fan club than these guys. This is all they do. They don't like KD. They don't like Kawhi. They don't like Michael Jordan. They don't like Kobe Bryant. Anybody. They don't like Stephen Curry. Anybody that they feel is a threat, they don't like them. They're the only ones. But they want to run around the internet crying in boxes of Kleenex. Oh, nobody likes LeBron James. I mean, why don't they just like the brother? Why don't they just like the brother? Are you kidding me? Come on, knock it off, man. These are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts in the comment section, and we'll catch you guys on the next show. Peace.